Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Please don't make me sing because it will not be pretty. It is so nice to see all of you here this evening for our celebration of Mike. So thank you for being here. I promised Mike I wouldn't cry, so I'm going to try not to. So, we want to take this opportunity while we are together here to honor Mike for his leadership as president and CEO since 2014 and his 17 years of service for CHHSM. Now, Mike, I will tell you in the script, it says Michelle can add her own comments here. Hi, Mike. So Mike and I became CEOs in the same year, in 2014. He has been a mentor to me. During COVID, he called often to check on me, my team, and the residents of Beatitudes Campus, and I'm sure he called many of you because he just has this natural talent to connect with people. He's been an amazing leader, and he's cutting his eyes at me because he thinks I'm going to say something really mean here in a second. But he has been an amazing leader for CHHSM in the last 7 years, and I look at all that's been accomplished. Now, in 2014, when we both became CEOs, he immediately started calling and said, "Can you join the board?" And I said, "No, Mike. I'm trying to figure out how to be a CEO right now. I don't have time to join the board." But he called every year. And in 2016, I said yes. And I had the opportunity to work even closer to him and just see the amazing work that he did. You can ask him later about the very first text message he ever sent to me. He's very embarrassed by autocorrect. We'll just leave it at that. But in 2015, I called him because the Beatitudes campus was celebrating its 50th anniversary. He's the first person I called, and he's also the very first person that said yes, because he's the first person I called. But he was there, and he came and did an amazing job talking about the history of the UCC, the work of CHHSM, and how Beatitudes Campus has played a role in that. So I want to thank you for that. And yes, Mike, we like you. We really, really like you. So this evening is all about Mike. All evening. And I will tell you, he's saying perfect, but he is sweating right now because he thinks we're going to embarrass him all evening. But Mike, just know that every single person in this room, and I actually want you to stand up and look around this room, and everyone stare at Mike because it makes him very uncomfortable. Every single person in this room is touched by you. Hey, Mike, sit down. You don't have the microphone, I do. So just before we break for dinner, I want to invite Darrell Goodwin up, Reverend Darrell Goodwin, to say a blessing. And no, Mike, this evening is all about you.
So, Mike, I bought you a flower. I did take it off the table, but I will personally hand it to you. There is a saying that you should give people their flowers while they can smell them. And our blessing tonight is one of gratitude. May you receive the gratitude of this space, this room. May you feel loved and know how deeply you have touched each and every person in this room. Let us pray. Creator of all things, we thank you for the opportunity to say thanks. Thanks for the work of breaking barriers and ceilings. Thanks for being the first who has now opened the door for many who will follow in the same footsteps and chart their own. Thanks for raising an awareness that the table is not wide enough and there aren't enough seats. And thanks for even the ways in which we have to dismantle the table itself. Thanks for our gathering tonight. Thank you for every hand that has participated in preparing this meal that will be for the nurturance of our bodies. Thank you for those who don't have food tonight, and all of the ministries in this room who are helping to change that story and that reality. God, we also thank you for removing all the calories in this meal that we're about to eat, specifically in the desserts that I think I might be called to have multiple of tonight. Thank you for this space and the grace to love one another one more moment in time. Amen.
So I have one thing I want to share too, if I can. Mike, can I ask you to come up here for just a minute, please? Don't make me come down there. I've been thinking about this for a long, long time, and I have something very special that I want to share tonight that I want to give to Mike. Mike, I have a Chisholm button for you.
Well, there's no room in the script for me to give any personal remarks, but I do want to do one thing because Mike stood up and looked at all of you, and I just would like to invite anyone in the room whose life has been personally touched by Mike Riedinger to stand up and look at Mike. Mike, this is just a piece of your legacy. Okay, and now I will return to our script where I, Julie, will serve as something of your cruise director tonight and let you know that there are many things you can do to celebrate this evening and our honoree. For instance, to my left, to your right, is a photo booth where you can gather with your friends. You might even drag Mike over there for an impromptu photo so that he can remember all of us in his retirement. That photo booth will be available until 9 o'clock this evening, so no need to rush over there, but maybe as you're waiting to go through the buffet line or waiting for the program to commence, you can journey on over and smile pretty. All right. There are also cards on the table, which you've probably already noticed, where if you have yet to be able to offer a note of thanks or appreciation to Mike, you can do so tonight. We will collect them at the end of the evening. So all of that you can do while you are waiting to go through the buffet tonight, which you will be probably glad to know you can begin to do now. Through the doors to the left, and then return to your table.
Good evening again. How's the food? Good? They've done a great job. Let's give the dining services team here a round of applause. They have fed us well. So tonight, before we carry on with the events, tonight's dinner is made possible by United Church Homes, and we thank them for sponsoring this. I would like to invite my friend and colleague, Reverend Ken Daniel, up to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. If you're enjoying your meal, please raise your hand. If you have a funny story to share about Mike, please raise your hand. Mike, put him down, Mike. We're glad to sponsor this special evening together with United Church Homes. Our board of directors sends their greetings along, and congratulations, Mike, from a board that has honored your leadership over the time that you have served, and certainly prior to your role as president and CEO of CHHSM. I know that we all have funny stories to share about Mike, and you'll hear more this evening. I'm going to just sort of tack in a different direction. Some of you know that I had a brief period of wandering in the Presbyterian wilderness as executive director of a community in Washington, D.C. At that time, in my ministry, I didn't realize what CHSM Fellowship and the CHSM family was all about and what it meant to me until I didn't have it around me. For the Presbyterian organization, God bless them, have a different kind of style and culture with their homes and human service institutions. Different than ours, of course. But throughout those 2 years when I was away from CHSM and feeling lost and somewhat alone, my phone would ring regularly, and it was Mike Reedinger calling me to check in, ask how I was doing, and to keep me posted on some of the comings and goings of folks around CHSM family. So I want to just share that as a vignette of the character and the quality of person that Mike has been for all of us and for me personally. So Mike, thank you for being that special kind of support and friend and for letting me come back to CHSM. I was also privileged to be leading the search committee that brought Mike into his role as president and CEO, so you can only blame me for that. But we celebrate, Mike, your fine leadership, and you've brought CHSM to a great level, and Jamar, you're inheriting a solid organization under Mike's leadership, and we look forward to where you're going to take us. But Mike, thanks for being that person that has brought us together. Thank you.
So here's the thing. I know we keep making jokes that we're going to pick on Mike all night. We're not. Well, maybe a little, but not all night. Because he was so nervous that we were going to embarrass him, so we're all just playing it up. Mike talked today about imprints. And the rest of the evening will be about how he has imprinted on other people and the difference he's made. So it is my honor to introduce Abby Drain, past president of CHSM, because for some reason I took over the baton today, but she has a few words to say as well.
Well, Mike, it's not written up here, and if I could sing, I would sing, I won't bring you flowers anymore. It's a private joke, but it's real. I love you. To add to the spirit of the celebration tonight, honoring the leadership of Mike Reedinger, I'm pleased to introduce the video by AMPT Louisville. AMPT stands for Academy of Music Production, Education, and Development. The organization offers a music academy for youth, family learning and technology workforce programs, and the Russell Technology Business Incubator Center. AMPT has offices in Molo Village. Our new CHHSM member right here in Louisville. We were hoping to have a performance in person, and we've seen one of those when I think we were in Memphis. That was really cool, the kids dancing. But because of COVID, we weren't able to do that. So they've danced for us on video. And please enjoy this video from AMPT. There's like 4 songs, so don't run off. It's not going to last forever. But please play our video. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Michelle Noble. I'm going to be singing my original song, I Just Can't Stop. Stepping out of line, I'm gonna fight the sun. Won't let them control me. I just can't stop moving. I just can't stop dancing. No, I just can't stop. I just can't stop. I just can't stop. They clip my wings. They forget that I'm the queen. Did you know the queen had a dagger? I just can't stop. I just can't stop. Show them what I got. Tell me what I'm not. Must think that's stupid. Try to push me down. I get back up and get my crown. I don't have to prove it. Try to tell me that I'm moving, but it doesn't work. And if I look in my heart and my mind to find the beat, find the time, they might just find. They hold me down and they try to chain me up. I'm gonna show the world what's up. Show the world what they're missing with me. They take my beat, try to take my melody, but what they don't know is that it's all inside me. And I just can't stop moving. I just can't stop booming. I just can't stop dancing. No, I just can't stop. I just can't stop. I just can't stop. They clip my wings. They forget that I'm the queen. Did you know the queen had a dagger? I just can't stop. I just can't stop. I just can't stop. I just can't stop. And I just can't stop. You don't need a gun to be strong. You can be strong in your heart, strong in your mind. Most of all, you can be strong inside. You don't need a fight to prove you're brave. You can be brave in your heart, brave in your mind. Most of all, you can be brave inside. I know this world makes you feel like you're a joke. And I know this world makes you feel like you're nothing. But please don't, please take it out on the trigger. But please don't, please take it out on the trigger. 'Cause today this world is not okay. All this violence, it could be better. So many people are crying, so much more are dying. 'Cause guns don't kill, people kill. You be strong. You can be strong in your heart, strong in your mind. Most of all, you can be strong inside. You don't need a fight to prove you're brave. You can be brave in your heart, brave in your mind. Most of all, you can be brave inside. No, this world makes you feel like you're a joke. And I know this world makes you feel like you're nothing. But please don't, please take it out on the trigger. But please don't, please take it out on the trigger. 'Cause today this world is not okay. Oh, this violence, it could be better. So many people are crying, so much more are dying. 'Cause guns don't kill, people kill.
Hi, my name is Michelle Noble, and I'll be singing Rise Up.
Broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round. You can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. And mountains, we gon' walk it out. And mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, and I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves, and I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. Silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's again hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Mountains, take the world to its feet. Mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, and I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves, and I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. For you, so many times I've been knocked down, I'll be no longer pushed around. The rain don't stop me no more. During the way, kick it to the floor.
That was beautiful. I hope you appreciate this small sample of what AMP does that we've shared with you tonight. I'm also pleased to announce that we're making a gift to provide 10 electronic keyboards to AMP to support their music academy in honor of Mike and his leadership. Thank you. I'd like to invite my friend Kyle Zanker up here from the CHHSM board.
Hi, Mike. Over the 8 years that Mike has been president and CEO, and the 17 years that he's been a part of CHHSM, there have been many, many people who've been impacted by him. And so we decided that we would have a roast. And we had so many videos come in for our roast that it was too many that we could use tonight. So we convinced a few people, and it won't cost very much, to do some really nice things for you tonight. We didn't have to pay them a lot, and Jay and you and I will talk about the budget later, but it shouldn't impact there you are. Shouldn't impact the 2022 budget too much, but it did take some convincing to get some people to say some things. Not true, Mike. There were many people who had really nice things to say about you, and so I want all of you to watch this short video. It is short, though.
Greetings, Mike. I understand that you're retiring. When I attended the International Association of Homes and Services for the Aging in Canada, the gerontologists from England said that in Great Britain, they now consider 80 to be the new 60. That means that I retired in my 60s and you're retiring in your 40s. Much too young. But I do wish you the very best for a long and happy retirement. Best wishes.
Mike, I've always admired your work. I admire the way you lead, the way you run things. You've been a great friend and a great servant of the church. I wish you all the best in your retirement, and I pray you have as much fun retiring as you have had running CHHSM. Take care, and congratulations, Mike.
Mike, you have been such a wonderful face and voice of CHHSM. Your enthusiasm and deep passion for the work of all CHHSM member ministries is contagious. You've done a fabulous job leading this organization, and your presence will be greatly missed. I wish you much happiness as you transition into this next chapter of your life, and hope you enjoy time spent with Bob, family, and friends. Congratulations, Mike.
Michael, congratulations on your retirement. What a legacy of leading CHHSM and all of our ministries. We are so proud of you. I wish you nothing but health and great humor in your retirement. Take care, buddy.
Mike, it's hump day. It's retirement day, or almost retirement day, right? Thank you so much for everything you've done for CHHSM, putting it into a great place for a hopeful future. Thanks also for having me come on staff a couple times so I could tell you what to do. You've been great. Love ya. Thanks, Mike. Congrats.
Mike, I couldn't be happier for you. There's nobody who's worked harder than you have and deserves more of an opportunity to step away and retire. I'm deeply appreciative of all that you've done. I wish you the best. Mike, congratulations.
Hi, Mike. Maria Coyne here, bringing you greetings and blessings from the Cornerstone Fund. I am so grateful for the mutual support our organizations have shown each other over the years, but I'm really most grateful for the friendship that I've had with you. I'll miss you, my friend. Have a wonderful, blessed, happy, healthy, fulfilling retirement. Thank you, Mike.
Hi, Mike. All of us at United Church Funds want to say thank you for your selfless and generous service to the United Church of Christ. Your warmth, humor, enthusiasm, and wisdom are lasting imprints that you're leaving on so many settings and ministries of the church. So thanks again, and congrats on your retirement.
The National Benevolent Association of the Christian Church Disciples of Christ is a sister organization to CHHSM. We have been fortunate to have Michael serve on our board of trustees for the past 7 years. Michael, we're going to miss your wisdom, your insight, your humor, but we know that this is not the end of our relationship, and I wish you well in your retirement. Blessings, my friend.
Hello, Mike. I understand you are retiring from gainful employment. So as a long-time member of CHHSM, I want to thank you for all the stuff you've done. Particularly, maybe your innovation stands out to me. And I think that the fact you've set a strong bar for your successor is really, really important. The continuity ought to be great, and we certainly hope that we don't lose contact with you through the years, because that's going to be really important for the continuation of the history and the traditions of CHHSM. So thank you, Mike. Appreciate all you've done. Best wishes for the future. Thank you so much.
So Michael's a good friend of mine. We've been friends for a very long time. He's led us with vision and great love for our mission. And it's really hard saying goodbye. Goodbye, Mike. I love you. Congratulations, and we'll see you on the other side. Well done.
Hi, Mike. And Daniel of United Church Homes. We've known each other quite a long time and have worked on many projects together through CHHSM and the wider church. It's been always a great experience to have your enthusiasm and your energy, and most of all, your caring support. You've been there with me through different challenges, and I've always appreciated our relationship. So on behalf of the Board of Directors of United Church Homes, our staff, our residents, we wish you the very best in the next phase of the journey ahead. Good luck, and we're excited to hear about the adventures that you will be undertaking in the years to come. Many thanks for all you've done to support this ministry and for me.
Michael, as President and CEO of CHHSM, you've exceeded my exalted expectations. You've shown us visionary dimensions of servant leadership, and that was your job. Well done. May you have a vibrant retirement. Congrats, Mike.
Hello. So I have been asked to share a little bit about Mike Riedinger. I first met Mike Riedinger at our annual gathering in Washington, D.C. in 2005. His main responsibility was to keep up with my raincoat. Ask him for details on that. Over the years, as I moved to St. Louis in 2008, CHHSM as well as Mike were standing right by my side to help me to move what was then neighborhood houses forward. And I will always, always be appreciative of that. Fast forward to 2014, and I had the pleasure of being on the search committee that made the decision to appoint Mike as our CEO. And I'm very, very proud that we did that. Over the years, Mike has been on speed dial for me from a personal friendship standpoint. And whenever I needed some resources or advice for our organization, Mike is the epitome of CHHSM and what it means. He is a walking example. He is always there to provide additional support and services for our member agencies. His passion is unsurpassed, and he is also always listening in regards to diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives and moving the organization forward. He is doing God's work through each and every one of us. And for that, I am internally grateful. I look forward to continuing our friendship post your retirement. Thank you, Mike.
Besides the video, we've been gathering cards and notes from everyone and have been putting those into a book. And we'd like to present that to you now. It's hiding. Yes, Mike. It's going to take you too long to look at those, so you can go sit down now. I'm done with you. For those of you who wrote cards tonight, we'll be conducting a collection of all of those things and making sure that they get put in the book as well. In addition, if you know Mike, you know that faith-based leadership development is a priority and a passion of his. And we have been inviting you to make gifts to honor him to the Legacy Fund. And the Legacy Fund supports the CHHSM Scholar, scholarships for NOLAO, and other leadership development programs. And to date, we have received some gifts. But we're not telling you how much yet, because my script says X000. So, but we will find out. If you haven't had an opportunity to make a gift yet, there is on your table, there should be some instructions about making a gift or mailing a check and what you can do with that so that we can continue that fund in your honor, Mike. We have another special presentation that we'd like to make right now, and I'd like to invite Samantha Jewell to come up for this presentation. And you can come back up, Mike. I was done with you, but she's not. Oh, I still am. Yeah. 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 It's really neat. And Mike, I want to let you know that actually we have raised at least $6,000 so far in your honor. And I'd like to invite you to put those cards you've written in the basket. Is there a basket coming around right now to put the cards in? Yes, baskets are coming around to put those in. So as they're collecting those, I just want to say that thank you, Mike. I first met you at a little restaurant with one of my former CEOs, and you made me laugh that night. You made me cry that night, as I recall. And you have been a dear friend and a mentor, and you have been an amazing example to those of us sitting in this room, and you have been strategic, and you have been, you have honored those around you and those who have been impacted by your work, and I thank you deeply from my heart for all of that on behalf of myself, and they will all thank you as well. So I just want to say thank you. This is the end of our presentation this evening. If you would like to roast him, do it in person. We do have some, after the announcements tonight, you're invited to continue, by the way, taking pictures over here. Mike has been loving that. We're keeping one of each of the pictures that prints out of the machine to put in the book for him. And that photo booth will be open until 9 o'clock tonight. Maybe if you want to take a few pictures of just you and him with your camera, you're welcome to do that at the end of the evening. And I think we have some announcements, staff announcements at this time. Is that right? Yeah.
You're not coming up here right now because I'm up here. It's not the end of the program just yet. We have a special performance from our poet, Mr. Spread Love, Nance B. Newman II. Come on up here. Microphone is yours.
Thank you so much, Paula. Hello, everybody. Real quick, I know we just got done eating, but I'm going to check the energy, check your listening ears. A sheet of loose leaf paper met a handsome pin in the park, and despite her flammability, she still felt a spark, and all the paper clips played tag with an eraser and a scissors, and a pencil beat up a pencil sharpener for sharpening his little sister. The pen was very bold, but he was thinner than a twig, so he said to Mrs. Looseleaf, "Girl, I like my women big." Her girlfriends were all hating, yelling, "He'll just write on you and leave," but she replied with, "Get yourself back inside the sleeve. You see their love, it soon blossom." There was never a question why. Together they wrote things that made grown men start to cry, but one day Mrs. Looseleaf came in with blue ink on her dress. So the black pen went to go grab a drink at the desk. How could she do this to me? This must be a crime. All those things that we've written, now someone else writes on the lines. Now he's gone off of ink. And he thinks of a way to get with her, so he paper naps her and throws her body inside a shredder. All those things that they created, shredder regrettably, all because Mrs. Looseleaf engaged in a writing infidelity. So the lesson has been learned and has now been written in rhyme. You can't have two pens and write with them both at the same. Hey, can I get some snaps? Can I get some snaps? Yes. Right on. Hey, y'all, much love, much love. Thank y'all so much for having me. I know we just got done eating. All right, you ready to go back to your hotel room, unbutton that top button in your pants? I get it. All right. But just indulge me real quick, all right? My name is Lance Newman. I am a local poet here. And Paula was like looking for a poet. And I was like, y'all need a poet for this guy's exit? Does he even like poetry? But we're going to test some stuff out. We're going to see how well Mike knows his poetry, okay? So, Mike, if you wouldn't mind, how you doing, sir? Come on up if you don't mind joining me. When I tell you, I have never seen a group of people more inviting, more like family oriented. I was nervous when I came in, and everybody like welcomed me, like said, "Get up, get in this line, like get some food." So I am like taking all of that as a reflection of your leadership. All right, awesome. But we need 5 more volunteers. So does anybody want to come up here and stand next to Mike? I got one back there. Yo, can you pick them? Mike is picking. Okay, so that's 1. Mike is picking the other 4, the next 4.
You know it, Miss Peggy, Mr. Jamar,
Yeah.
and Mr. Herschel. Because I just want to
Yeah. You all please give it up for our volunteers that aren't really volunteers because they were picked. If y'all could line up across the stage, line up right here, or not on the stage, but just right here in front of the stage. So you all, my profession in Louisville, I teach creative writing and public speaking via spoken word poetry, right? I teach this in different schools, juvenile detention centers, community centers, church organizations. Hire me. So what I do in those programs, I play this little game. It's called the rhyme game, all right? Rhyme game, all right? I'm going to give the contestants a word. They have to rhyme with that word. They cannot make up a word. They have 5 seconds to answer, and they cannot use a word that has already been used unless it's a homophone. A homophone. Okay, so just a practice round. Nobody gets out in the practice round. This is just a quick practice round, all right? The word is shoe.
Blue.
2.
Who?
Poo.
Pew.
You. All right, look, everybody got it, right? Everybody give it up for him, yeah? Okay, now starts the real poetry rhyme game. The word is eliminate.
Discriminate.
Ooh.
Scintillate.
Scintillate? Scintillate? Are we taking that? Yeah. All right, we're taking it.
Incriminate.
Annihilate.
Okay.
Emancipate.
Whoa.
Hey, y'all, give it up. Yes, you are out. All right, we're going to keep it going. The word is soon.
Spoon. Moon.
Tune.
Swoon.
Noon.
Oh, loon. Swoon.
What's said?
Spoon.
What's said? Ow! That's what I'm talking about. Yes, the Amy Winehouse. I'm here for that. Love the Amy Winehouse look. All right, we're gonna keep it going. The word is crate.
Berate.
Fate.
Great.
Nate.
Nate is a proper noun. All right, we don't take proper nouns, people's names. We're not taking. You say yes, we should take proper nouns. No, names can be made up. All right, Nate could be a made up. Late. I'll take late.
Tate.
Fate.
Nice.
Hate.
I'd like to go on a date.
I'd go with you, but it's way too late.
Was late said? Ah, if you got another one.
Mate.
Oh, you want a mate? Fate. I already said that.
Ow! So sorry. Thank you so much. Okay, we got 3. The word is nice.
Twice.
Spice.
Slice.
Dice.
Mice.
Entice.
Price.
Suffice.
Detrice.
Detrice? D-Trice? We gonna take it? We taking it. Boss lady, we taking it. D-Trice.
Ice.
Ice.
Twice.
Twice already said? Twice is already said?
Rice.
Hey, audience members. All right, cut it out. Do not give words.
Lice.
Oh, she. Christ.
Oh.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, Mike has gotten out. So sorry. I wanted this to be like CEO versus somebody, but no, he's out. Y'all give it up for Mike, y'all. Give it up for Mike and Amy Winehouse. All right, head to head. Head to head. This is.
I have another ice word.
Oh, no, the word has changed. Okay, head to head. The winner gets a Spread Love sticker.
I really wanted a Chisholm button.
Hold on, man. I got everything you need, baby. Don't trip. There you go. Chisholm button. I got everything you need. Everything you need. Don't worry. Okay. The word is light.
Bright.
Might.
Height.
Bite.
Kite.
Fight.
Might.
Two mites. Might in the rug and might I am strong. Homophone.
Okay. Light.
Light. Two lights. If she can say another one, hold on. No reason to celebrate yet. If she can say another one, winner.
Spite tight bite.
Winner! Thank you so much. Great job. Great job. Thanks. You see, poetry can be fun, right? It doesn't have to be that old dead guy poetry, right? No, it doesn't have to be that. Skills. Okay. So I'm gonna do my last poem and get out your hair. For real, y'all. I really can't tell you how much the energy has been on some come on in, and I really appreciate that. When I got the specs for this gig, I didn't know exactly what I was walking into. You know what I mean? I was very like, oh, CEO and poetry, those things don't really go together, right? But what you guys do is poetry. You know what I mean? The work that you do, the work that you've been doing is the true poetry of life, because, you know, poetry doesn't imitate life. Life imitates poetry. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate y'all. So again, my name is Lance Newman. If you guys go outside on 4th Street, there's poems inside the concrete. That's a project that I created for the city. Love. Yes. Much love. You are too much. It's called Love in the Street, all right? So please, it's 21 poets that I curated, 20 poets from the city, and my poem is at the very end of Chestnut. So y'all check it out, and thank you so much for coming to the city, you guys. I know there's like a lot of folk from different places, and like, shout out to y'all. Welcome to Louisville. Please come back. Derby will be soon. But I wanted to end with this piece because Chisholm, right? Like y'all Christians, right? Christ, right? We love God in here, right? Good. I'm so glad. I was standing in line and we were talking about how like love is the baseline of all religions. You know, like that's the one thing that we all can agree on in humanity is love. We want love. We want to give love, right? So I wanted to do this poem. This poem was like one of those reasons why I got into what I got into. So real quick though, since I'm about to be vulnerable, I need y'all to be vulnerable with me. Has anybody ever fallen asleep in church before? Few hands. All right, good. Did you say while preaching? They work you. God works you. God's services never sleep. You understand? God's service never sleep. And then raise your hand if you have a family member or somebody you know in military service. Love, right on. So this last piece is a poem about how my dad was a mix of all those things. So I wonder if King David knew when he was writing the 23rd Psalm that he'd help my dad shape me into a prophet. Hello, My name's Lance, and I've got sermon narcolepsy. And when my father catches me sleeping, he sneaks in like the Lord's own personal devil dog, Semper Fi. You see, the Marines taught my father two things: how to be a man and how to protect this nation under God. So he's sure to remind me, son, there are no headboards in the house of the Lord. This one time when he was singing in the choir, I tried to hide in the balcony. It took him 20 winks to get from the pulpit to my prayers, where I imagine a burning bush saying in my father's voice, son, why are you asleep? I awoke in his shadow of death and said, Dad, I'm only counting God's sheep. But he wasn't having it. And instead of patience, he gave me directions worth my attention's penance. I was to stand at attention until he scratched his nose. I had to pose and parade rest until he pulled on his ear. And I couldn't sit down until he ironically yawned this other time when I was doing some heavy praying. I'm talking Bible open and eyes shut, sounding like a meditating Buddhist monk. With snores coming from my gut, he woke me up and said, son, this isn't our church, so I'll have to improvise. Find Psalms 23, and by the end of this sermon, it had better be memorized. So, the Lord is my shepherd, and he knows I want sleep. He lays me down in pastures of pews, resting on a path of righteousness I choose by not always following the pastor's views, where the congregation is like similes, comparing words to religion when the only one that matters is faith. Dad, my relationship with God is healthy, despite the propaganda you tried to force on my tongue. And I'm not saying the prophets are wrong, but who's to say they didn't attach their own intentions to God's will? Don't worry, I don't believe in history books either. Because even though the revolution isn't televised, the Holy Ghost can be found between the Home Shopping Network and HBO's Real Text. See, I bet in Alexandria, when Romans burned books of the Bible, I bet God made the air a little drier that day. The Great Fire was his reviser. His submission denial to false prophets with a silver tongue trying to get their 30 pieces off of Jesus. But maybe I'm wrong. Dad, maybe when you made me memorize King David's poem, you somehow knew scripture would one day spill from my transgressions. You are truly a man of God, because he masked his blessings in your punishments. And I finally realized you weren't trying to prove to me that the prophets didn't attach their own intentions to God's will. You were just helping me attach mine. Thank you so much, you all. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
That was really fun. That was really nice. I appreciate that. Thanks, Lance. That was really, really good. Yes, that was really, really good. We said we weren't going to have Mike up here, so we took all the time. Sorry, Mike. Dinner's over. Just kidding. Just kidding. Come on up here. You have to say some words. And now I'm officially fired.
So, Paula, will you get my speech? It's that leather-bound book over there. Listen, I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. We have talked about imprinting, you know. You have really all imprinted on me. Even those of you I've just met this weekend. And so I want to say thank you. I will cherish not just this night, but the last 17 years that I've been involved with Chisholm. It's been a lifelong dream of mine. Many of you don't realize that I was working in the private sector, and for over a decade, I was trying to find the nonprofit world that would fulfill me and sustain me and allow me to find my true call in life. And who knew it would be Chisholm? And who knew it would end this way? But the bottom line is, I can't have imagined a better script, a better movie, a better video, a better poem, a better group of friends to go out on than this. So I'm not saying goodbye. I'm saying until I see you again. And I fully expect that all of you will remain engaged with not just me, but with each other. Because my whole mantra in all of this has been, hello A, meet B, and let's see what happens. And that's my call to you all. Continue that focus and that vision, because really, it is you that creates a just, caring, and compassionate world. So I love you all. And I want to tell you this. My friends criticize me a lot and make fun of me a lot because I say I love you to all of them. And when I say I love you, I do not mean that I like you or anything else. I really mean I love you. And so really try to say I love you to your friends and your family. Because you know what? It's the one thing that we all have is a little bit of love inside of us, and share it with each other. And so peace and blessings, friends. Let's go party.